Good morning, this is my Shaman Oracle reading for this new week. Today is Monday. I'm wishing everyone a happy Monday. And this reading here now is for Cancer. Welcome, Cancer. The first card for you is from the Oracle of the Fairies deck. Out came Solitude. Think of being alone as meaning you are all one and in total harmony with everything. The greatest treasures are those that wait silently during your quiet times. Sometimes when we think of being alone, it can bring a fear of feeling lonely or melancholy, as we often associate being alone with such feelings. Here's the good news. It really is okay to be alone, being comfortable in your own skin and in your own beautiful company. How free does this make you feel to know this? Tuning into the deep places within where our inner treasures reside can be a profound and enlightening experience. The spiritual essence of this experience is peace, peace within and without. Experiencing true peace is always something that can only happen when we spend precious time in solitude, in contemplation or meditation, even if it is for only a few minutes each day. So when we are out of balance, being alone can make us feel lonely and sorry for ourselves, and we might still feel like this even when we are in company. Counterbalance this by observing your blessings, and it will not be long before you are in a state of gratitude for your own divine company. If this card has popped up in your reading today, the fairies, they are urging you to take some time out and spend it alone. It is in such moments of being alone that the messages of the fairies can come through more clearly. The increased spiritual space enables you to be more receptive and aware of any subtle messages and signs from the fairy realm. Alternatively, this card might be saying that you are spending too much time alone, so consider this as well. Next card is Storm Spirit and relates to chaos. A fierce and massive storm has overtaken the forest. The trees, they are whipping back and forth, and a torrent of rain pounds your head and your shoulders. Crashes of thunder shake the earth as ragged shards of lightning illuminate the dark woods. This card acknowledges potential chaos or the need for chaos as an activator for healing in your life. Spiritual chaos allows for the dissolution of outmoded beliefs, so that this energetic life force energy can fill your life. If you are experiencing upheaval right now, know that the underlying energy is restorative. Embrace it rather than deny or suppress it. You are being healed on all levels. Of course, take time to find the calm in the storm, but also understand that the chaos can be beneficial in many ways. It can activate your creative life force. Alternatively, if your life is too calm, to the point of being stagnant, this card suggests that it might be time to create some chaos in your life. Try doing things differently. Step out of your old routines. If you are always early, now be late. Beneath the surface, profound shifts and transformations, they are occurring. Although many assume that nothing good comes from a massive storm, every part of nature has great value. For example, downed trees, they provide habitats for many kinds of animals, and lightning helps fertilize the soil. There is enough electrical energy in lightning to separate the nitrogen atoms in the air, which fall to the earth with the rain, and so combine with the minerals to form nitrates, a type of fertilizer. So look for the silver lining in the current upheaval. The spirit of the storm says to you, shred out mooded thinking and self-imposed blockages. Tear down the walls of self-imposed limitations. Step into chaos and embrace it rather than trying to suppress it. Do the unexpected. Next card is the card Lalla from the Divine Feminine Oracle deck. Lalla is the saint of spoken words. She says, every word I say becomes a prayer. I am the author of my own story. So who is she? Lalla embodies the potency and power of our words to create our own reality. Lalla, Laldet or Laleshwari, was a Kashmiri mystic and poet who lived in the 14th century. She was married at the age of 12 but was extremely unhappy as a wife. She left her home at age 24 to take sannyasi or renunciation. She became a devotee of Shiva. Lalla walked the streets naked, dancing and reciting her love poems to the divine. She wore only the markings of her devotion to Shiva on her forehead. Lalla is the creator of a mystical form of poetry called wax, which means speech or voice. The words of poetry that she spoke are considered the earliest compositions in the Kashmiri language. Her words reflect the spiritual truth of non-duality that she realized as a mystic. Above the meaning temple and below the meaning idol, they for her were one. With her poetry, she found a unity in all things and a freedom that follows. And she said, I, Lalla, entered through the door of the garden of my mind and saw Shiva and Shakti united into one. O joy! There I became immersed in the lake of nectar and died even while I was still alive. What can death do to me now? The Kashmiri language is filled with her sayings. She is known as a prophetess, a saint, even an avatar. Although illiterate, She used the inherent power of her every word to transcend duality and enter a state of blissful union with the divine. When you get this card or select a card in your reading, the words have the power to shift our reality or to continue to reinforce it. Louise Hay, the founder of Hay House, turned once to me and said during a dinner party, by looking right into my eyes, declaring every word you say is an affirmation. This is perhaps one of the most crucial spiritual lessons to remember. If we are not separate from the soul, and if the soul is not separate from the divine, then we have the power to co-create our life. And Louise Hay said that to the author of this deck when they both met. Lalla is the invitation to pay close attention to each word we say to ourselves within and to the words we say about ourselves to the people we love. She is the acknowledgement from the soul that our every sentence is a prayer. If we want more love, more light, more of that joy and freedom that expands our capacity to be present in the world, then Lalla reminds us that we can become the author of our own reality right now. We can speak our desires into being. Lalla is the reminder that we are so powerful that changing the words we use to describe ourselves can change the trajectory of our lives. We can choose to focus our attention on each I am statement that we say, and we can infuse our lives with the nectar that comes when we act on the truth that we are not separate from the divine. Ask this soul voice meditation: what are the most powerful words for me to use frequently right now? And say this intention: every word I say becomes a prayer. I am the author of my own story. Next card is Cornucopia and says that the wishes are fulfilled. An abundant harvest and great blessings, they are waiting for you, and you may even find all of your wishes fulfilled. This cornucopia is gifts from the universe, gifts from the universe, which can come in the form of financial riches, job fulfillment, romantic love, or all of the above. When you receive the cornucopia card, you know that you have done important work and it is about to pay off. The seeds that you have planted in your energy and in your life, they are ready to be harvested in some significant ways. So get ready, for a great feast of abundant value is being prepared for you now, and Spirit is applauding all of your effort. So say this affirmation: the universe is abundant. All that I desire comes to me in just the right time and way. I am blessed. Next card is Higher Power. It's from the Wisdom of Oracle deck. And The essential meanings are conscious contact with a higher power, the presence of the divine, seeing source energy in all things, and committing to a partnership with spirit. The oracle's message is that this card reminds you that you are more than a person trying to get ahead and make things happen for yourself and others. You have an immortal soul, and you are gifted with a human life through which a higher power can express itself. At this time, you need to be conscious of your connection to spirit and foster it through prayer and meditation. Ask, what is the highest good for all? How can I serve? Then get out of your own way and trust that there is a plan for your life more wondrous than you can ever know. You are always protected and divinely directed. There is a relationship message. It is time to address how much effort you give to your relationship with your higher power, called God, Goddess, Spirit, or any other name that is sacred and holy to you. Recognize that your partnership with Spirit is your number one priority. The appearance of this card also indicates that there is a deep spiritual bond between you and another person who is essential to your growth and your evolution. So tend to your spiritual connections and remain aware of your true nature. There is a prosperity message. Sometimes your work just flows through you. Ideas, they come rushing in, and inspiration bubbles up from a wellspring you didn't even know you would access. When you enter agreements, begin projects, and negotiate deals with spirit as your partner, you will always succeed. So let your higher power lead you. The synchronicities and intuitive nudges that you feel, they will help you see which way you are being pointed, giving you confidence to move forward in the right direction. Do not forget to give credit where it is due. You would not be a success without Spirit's guidance, so humility will serve you well when this symbol appears. There's also a protection message. Now is the time to examine what you are giving energy and attention to in the back of your mind. If you are obsessing about being right, about old resentments or failed expectations, about money or about any other people, places or things, these will be the source from which you create. But you want the spirit to be your soul source, so take heart, for your higher power will never desert you and is always waiting for you to remember the sacred partnership you share. So turn away from other sources of power that do not serve your highest good. There is no greater source than spirit. You can always surrender your troubles and trust that they will be taken care of. You are in good hands. And the wild unknown animal spirit card that came out for you is the tiger. It is fire energy. It's about lunar force, ease in darkness, and it is feminine energy. The tiger hunts at night and is at one with silence, fearing nothing. So this card reminds us to take in the wild darkness and to allow the lunar forces to soothe and heal our spirits. Sensuality, receptivity, and devotion, they are all heightened in the midnight hour, and the tiger takes advantage of these things. So spend some time in silence this evening, drinking in the potent calm. There is nothing to fear in the stillness except the awakening of our own power. When the card is in balance, then you are passionate, you are strong, and you are sensual. When out of balance, you might be a bit overstimulated. And to bring them both into balance, Trataka, do Trataka, which is candle gazing. So light some candles and gaze in them. That was the reading for Cancer. Thanks for listening, Cancer. Wishing you a wonderful whole week. Take care and goodbye.